Hello everyone, it's Rumbleverse Warrior. Today, we're going to be talking about a great new game mode idea for Rumbleverse that has never been done before. This video is made in the hopes that when the developers find a new publisher, the idea will not only potentially give them inspiration for something similar, but it will also give an incentive to want to create it. This video will go over the full details of this game mode and how it could function. With that being said, let's begin. The game mode idea that I had in mind is a campaign mode that functions like a beat-em-up style game in Rumbleverse. For anyone who doesn't know what beat-em-up games are, they are brawling games that consists of you fighting enemies until you reach to the end where you fight the boss and move on to the next level. You're probably thinking, how well would that play out in Rumbleverse? Well, the answer to that is actually very good depending on how you create the game mode. This video will go over what Rumbleverse could do to make the game mode fun, exciting, and addictive to where players will want to keep on playing. The game can be played with up to 4 players total with matchmaking, or you can play solo. If you choose to play solo, you will receive 3 lives in an effort to beat the level and boss. If you play with other players, you will all receive only 1 life that is shared amongst all of you. The reason why you get 1 life shared is because allies can revive you in a knocked out state. This makes it to where sticking with each other reduces the chance of losing the game. If you're worried about how many lives you have, you can always try to find the Keybat and unlock the locked crate to get a guaranteed extra life to give you another chance in case things are getting a bit too rough. Playing with up to 4 people can create fun times where you can even get creative with chain grab combos amongst you and your fellow wrestlers. Playing with other players can also be helpful for learning more about the game and how to play. Fellow players can even teach you advanced combos that the game does not mention you can do to cause maximum damage to an enemy. When you get more players to play with you on a mission, the more players you have, the more minions will spawn as a way to make sure the game won't be too easy for everyone. Rumbleverse already had a beautiful map that was never able to be fully explored due to the Battle Royal ring, restricting you to only go to about less than a quarter of the map. In campaign mode, the map is fully open for you to explore now. You will find many things when you explore the map, such as obstacle course mini-games, hidden pieces of costumes, the Keybat and the locked crate, non-playing characters that start events or side quests, and bonus rewards for in-game currency or experience points. Along your exploration, you will come across scattered minions of the boss that will try to attack you on sight if they see you. Be careful of dangerous areas like the dark alleyways, or else minions will spawn to attack you. The map doesn't always have to be the same. The map can be randomly generated to move different sections of the map to a different area to make it feel fresh every time you play. For example, here's the regular map of Rumbleverse. By separating the map into different sections, you can create the feeling of a different map every time you play, with all items and hidden stuff changing to random locations. You and up to 4 players will need to find all the scattered minions across the map and defeat them in order for the boss to come out of hiding. There will be a bar up top to determine how many more minions you'll need to defeat before the boss comes out to fight. Non-playing characters in the map will have events that can help spawn more minions for you to defeat. For example, a Squat's chicken mascot will need help defending his food truck while minions spawn in to try to attack it. If you succeed in helping, the non-playing character will give you Squat's chicken for you and your team to eat or put in your inventory, as well as increased experience points and increased in-game currency at the end of the game. In order to move on to the next boss to fight, you'll have to defeat the boss before them like a classic arcade game. You can also replay any bosses that you fought before. Before you choose a boss to fight in Grappital City, you'll need to select the difficulty of the game. The choice of difficulty will change the way the minions and the bosses will fight you, along with items and loot crates spawning in the map. Easy difficulty will give you plenty of loot crates around the map, plenty of environmental items, and minions will be basic bot difficult. Less rewards will be given for this mode. Normal difficulty will give you a fair amount of loot crates, fair amount of environmental items, and minions will be slightly enhanced bots, while more minions will also spawn to fight you. Normal amount of rewards will be given for this mode. Hard difficulty is not recommended to be played solo. Loot crates are very few and hidden across the map, environmental weapons are very few, and the minions will fight like a real-life player every time you fight them. The highest reward amount will be given for accomplishing this game mode. The game will also be timed in order to keep you focused on accomplishing the objective as fast as possible. The time stops once the boss is out from hiding, and a giant circle will start surrounding the area where the boss is for you to head towards to fight them. If you're outside the circle, the countdown to ring you out will begin. Fortnite Save the World has a unique way of how the characters function. Each character comes with permanent abilities that are specific to what they are, and the abilities cannot be changed. That means if you want different abilities, you'll have to get a specific character you want with those abilities. For example, a boxing costumed character will have two strike abilities that will be punchline and uppercut, because these are moves associated with being a boxer. Characters will also be tier-based, meaning their stats will be slightly higher and their abilities will be a higher tier as well. For example, a blue tier boxer will have +2 for arms, blue atomic punchline, and blue bionic uppercut. A green tier boxer will only have +1 to arms, green punchline, and green uppercut. Characters will also have different body types where the body type will determine the base stats you start with. Muscle characters will have an increase in power. Skinny characters will have an increase in stamina. Heavy characters will have an increase in health. Just like Fortnite Save the World, the incentive to want to collect all the characters is to use them to help boost your main selected character, while at the same time, they can give your abilities unique functions that can create interesting builds to play with. For example, if you like to play with the ability Cyclone, then you can find characters to boost that ability. You can make it do more damage, consume less stamina, have a bigger radius, or make it do an extra hit. Some characters will have unique ability boosters that can change the way your ability even functions. For example, your Cyclone ability can now be a duration strike ability due to a specific character booster, meaning if you hold down the strike ability you'll keep spinning until you run out of stamina, or let go of the button. In return, it will do less damage due to being a duration attack. Using characters for boosting can also affect your basic abilities as well. For example, you could get 1 extra wall splat, your vicious blast causes damage, you no longer will suffer from ground recovery. Grab abilities can be used on enemies laying down, non-chargeable grab abilities can now be charged for more damage. 1 extra basic strike combo added. Your grab ability has a 30% chance to automatically repeat the move again when used, but causes less damage the second time. And many more ideas to help boost your character up in fun ways. Perks are now unlocked by having certain characters as boosters to help create specific builds that someone may want to create. So if you want perks like Weapon Master, you'll need to have characters that have the perk for boosting, like a baseball costumed character where using weapons is a part of their theme of the costume. To acquire all the characters in the campaign mode, some characters can be unlocked by doing specific tasks in the game. For example, to unlock the wrestler costume character you'll need to use your basic grab 100 times on minions. Or to unlock the squats costume mascot character you'll need to eat more than 50 squats chicken. Some characters can also be unlocked by defeating certain bosses in certain ways or a number of times. Some characters can be unlocked by finding 5 hidden pieces of costumes when you play on the map. All 5 pieces must be found or you will not get the character. Lastly, some special characters can only be unlocked if you get them through the loot boxes like Fortnite Save the World does. The loot crates will come in 3 pairs: red, blue, and gold. Red box will only have items you can take with you when you decide to pick a mission to do. This box can only be bought by in-game currency, and the items you receive can be sold for more in-game currency. Blue box will give you items and 1 random special or non-special character for you to receive. This box can be bought by using in-game currency, or if you are impatient, you can buy brawler bills to buy boxes. Gold box will give you 1 random special character. This can only be bought by buying brawler bills with money. Special characters are characters that can have mixed tier abilities, and they will also have boosters that will change the way your grab, strike, or basic abilities will function. The items you receive may seem useless at first, but they will be needed once you decide to play hard mode. Due to very few loot boxes and the minions being very tough to handle, you'll want to start off with food, weapons, or pods to increase your stats and give you a better chance of accomplishing the mission. Now that I went over the details of the campaign mode of how the mode would work, how characters can be collected, and how interesting potential builds for characters could be created, I hope the developers of Rumbleverse take my idea and make it better, or think about creating the mode one day after they find a publisher to return Rumbleverse. I think it could be a unique game mode that creates a never-before-seen wrestling 3D platform beat 'em up style game that could be chaotically fun, addictive, and fantastic to play with up to 4 players. I imagine if people like playing trios and quads in Rumbleverse, this mode can definitely bring in the epic fun those modes created. And it can also inspire people to want to team up and head over to the Battle Royale mode to take on some players afterwards. I also was thinking about making another video going over the details of each boss that will be unique to fight, with special abilities that make the battle fun and interesting. To anyone watching, let me know if you'd like to hear the ideas of each boss for the campaign mode I had in mind next time I make a video. Or you can let me also know if you'd like to hear more ideas about the types of boosted abilities that can alter your strike and grab abilities. An example would be like making Sumo Slap no longer hit enemies to the floor again, or Uppercut would have its priority moved down to a strike priority rather than a power priority. Be sure to let me know if you'd like to make any changes to my idea, or any ideas of yours that could be awesome to also include in Rumbleverse when they return someday. Stay strong out there, Rumblers. We will return to Capital City one day.